I was born in Cali, Colombia, in South America, and I was adopted actually when I was 2 years old. And my adoptive parents moved me to Lexington, Massachusetts, which is about 20 minutes outside of Boston. So I'm a Boston kid. When I was looking at schools, I was looking at colleges, I looked at Temple University, which was an option that my dad came up with. And I went to visit it. I really liked Philadelphia. I liked the jazz scene here. This was about 1999 or so. A lot of clubs at the time, a lot of great musicians, a lot of history. And I met Terrell Stafford, who is now the director of the program. And Terrell was really the one who convinced me to make the move to Philadelphia and to go to Esther Boyer School of Music at Temple University. So I went there in 2000 to 2004. And once I graduated, I had a wonderful experience here, so I decided to stay here and just see what the scene had to offer for me, and what I had to offer for the scene as well. I had a teacher named David White. I was taking lessons from him when I was about maybe 13, 14. He introduced a piano book to me called Oscar Peterson Jazz Etudes. And I learned, I think, all the etudes in that book. And I'd never heard of Oscar Peterson. And he got me a couple albums. Night Train was probably one of my first. I'm sure that was my first Oscar Peterson album. And listening to that, he incorporated the soul and the blues that I had heard in Ray Charles's music and Stevie Wonder's music. He had the facility of Art Tatum, who I had heard about, and many of the other jazz greats. And he had his own thing. He had this thing that nobody else has ever had. And a lot of people try to sound like him. I know I tried to sound like him for years. But I think that was probably the artist that really got me into the style my style of playing. And I think for maybe 5 years or so, I was addicted to Oscar Peterson. And it got to the point where I actually had to force myself not to listen to him, to listen to somebody else, just so I didn't sound like a bad copycat. every time I play a concert or play like a show and I'm enjoying myself, I always have a moment kind of clarity, like this is what I want to be doing. You know, and I had a couple times tonight, I looked at the audience and it was a good audience tonight. Not a lot of people, but you know, numbers not always necessary to have big numbers. People seem to really enjoy it. And I was enjoying myself, and that's what it is. That's what we're going for.